Hi people, my name is back here again as always under the show. Yeah, I don't feel like recording in my bedroom the way I usually do. So yeah, you can tell the header of this video is going to be about how it's the end of the Age of Aquarius and the things you can notice. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. I myself as a technology lover, just ignore the default background noises. I myself as a technology lover, I also dislike saying this, but yeah, unfortunately you can tell that the Age of Aquarius is over. Back in the day, wait until the end screen if you want related content as usual. Specifically on the Age of Aquarius, videos that you might not have seen if you're watching this. But most of my followers in general have seen those videos, so yeah, they know what I'm talking about. In any case, yeah, the age of technology, the golden age of technology, unfortunately it's over. And I've noticed that, okay, obviously, but this is for people that might not have noticed stuff like this. You remember back in the day, like 10 years ago, okay, how technology was booming and how much fun it was. How essentially the entire world came online, because before that, like 3 decades ago, you know, that was the internet and whatnot was only for like, it was like an ultra luxury. It was like caviar or like a limousine. But yeah, around, we're in 2023 now, around 2010, yeah, 2010, 2012, 2015, that's when the entire world really like, started coming online. People really started connecting intensely with one another, and it just goes on. Globalization through the digital age. But yeah, you remember back in the day, those were the good old days when the Age of Aquarius was at its peak, and everything worked great. Everything worked fine. I'm going to simply give a couple of examples. Google Chrome, you tell me. I remember a time when Google Chrome worked optimally, the way it's supposed to. When everything worked flexibly, as in, yes, you could legitimately enjoy yourself. Chrome opened in like a second or two. Everything, okay, applications, everything worked fine. And now all of a sudden, Google Chrome updates and there's some issue. All of a sudden there's some kind of bug. Some videos won't open, some websites won't display properly. It just goes on and on and on. I've noticed it. And I was like, look at that crap. Up to a decade ago, 5 years ago, my bank worked fine. International transfer, back wire, I get it in literally half an hour. I remember someone once sent me money from the US, a client, and I literally got it in half an hour. And this is a domestic bank we're talking about. So you can imagine, I didn't expect anything from my domestic bank, and yet it came in half an hour. I was like, yeah, new record. Everything, my European bank even, everything works, so it used to work fine, etc. Now all of a sudden there's always some issue. Okay, I keep getting notifications that, hey, subscription-based payments that occur on a frequent or regular basis might fail. This might happen, that might happen, there is some issue with my debit card. I can't pay for this. All of a sudden I want to pay for something on Walmart or Amazon. I can't pay, reason unexplained. Customer support is horrible. They keep giving you the runaround and telling me that, hey, you need to order a new card, etc. I'm like, no, I don't. This is a brand new card. And then when I tell them, and I show them that, no, this is nonsense, this is bullshit. They say, upon further inspections, everything seems to work fine. We don't know what the issue is. And it just goes on and on and on. Okay, it's on and on and on. And I have to literally find like detours to do something as simple as order something online. I never had this back in the day. A client sends me money, it takes a working day, a business day. Back in the day, it took an hour or less even. And it just goes on and on and on. Okay, on and on and on. Couple of websites don't work properly. It's some shit with YouTube again. I tried uploading a video the other day, and the thing just keeps lingering on default on HD processing. Nothing that I did wrong. Everything went fine. I do the same thing. I follow the same habit that I do in terms of uploading videos. And guess what? All of a sudden, boom, HD is still processing. I'm like, an hour goes by. 2 hours go by. Still processing, mind you. Still processing. The stupid video is still stuck on 360p. Despite the fact that it's an HD video, like most of my videos. Especially the videos in the past year or couple of years. And it just goes on. And of course, oh, guess what? I have to upload a 1.7 gigabyte video all over again because that's so much fun. And then it did work. Never had this shit back in the day. I opened the YouTube Studio app on my phone. It won't open for whatever reason. I have to literally force stop the application and then I have to click on it again and then it will work again. Back in the day, you didn't have any of this crap. I could move around freely, etc. Nothing. Now, no offense to Microsoft, but with every edition of Windows, it's like you keep becoming more and more enslaved. Up to Windows 7, I remember, with Windows 7, I had the majority of freedom. I could do whatever I wanted, etc. Now, since Windows, was 10 or something? I don't care. Okay, in any case, since the latest editions of Windows, the editions that most people use, that use Windows as an OS, as an operating software on their devices, specifically laptops and computers and whatnot, Microsoft keeps forcing you to update. Even if you're like, nah, fuck updates, I don't want to update. Look, they literally force you, okay? I also had it. All of a sudden, my I want to say certificate, my certificate or similar that makes Windows run properly, essentially, that validates Windows. All of a sudden, I get an error message saying that it's expired, and as a result or consequence, he gets like some weird watermark in the bottom right corner, and it does not go away. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay, you can watch a video, you can put it in full screen. It does not matter. The watermark is still there. It's like it's essentially it's like an indicator that you're using either a pirated copy of Windows or a non-valid copy, a non-registered copy of Windows. When that wasn't the case, my thingy of Windows is valid, obviously. But I knew what time it was. I was like, yeah, it's because of the stupid updates. I haven't updated in like only a week or two. And they literally just, or maybe a month, but it doesn't matter. Point is, I haven't updated and that's why. See, everything turns to shit. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, no other choice but to update. And yeah, guess what? I was like, oh wow, what a wonder. Everything works fine all of a sudden. After I updated, I had to like download like 2 gigabytes worth of updates or something, or maybe 1 gigabyte or 500 MB. Bottom line is it was a huge update, and took like a couple of hours. Computer had to restart a couple of times. Sorry about that. Just ignore it. Just focus only on my work. Guys are working outside, construction. Yeah. My point is, you see what I'm talking about. Okay, it's just awful. Okay, these are examples. And of course, Windows worked fine. All of a sudden, boom, watermark is gone. My session of Windows is valid again. It just goes on. Okay. I already discussed that we're most likely in the age of authoritarianism, so the age of Capricorn, based on the entire world when you look around you. But yeah, all I can say is I'll miss the age of Aquarius. I'll really miss it. In any case, that's it, guys. Bye. See you later. Stupid end of the age of Aquarius. No more beautiful technology operating at peak performances.